on High Radio, the voice of the next generation. And you're here live with myself and Johnny E. Addison. And we promise every time when we promise to engage with the Africans that are making change, making impact in their own ways, and that we should all look up to and learn more about. And that is finally happening. It's 3 minutes after 8 p.m. From the city of Amsterdam. Damn. I just did that because I pretty much felt like it. Africa on Focus is where we come back every time and we talk about what's going on in our world. We talk about what's going on the continent and really driving the change that really needs to happen. And we do that on a continuous basis. We have a special guest here on the show who's every time he's had his event, I think from the first time going, he's been here on the show, engaging with us and talking to us, you know, a small, humble radio station, like us. And such a man that, you know, networks and all around is quite of a big shots and connecting with the big people and the greats in Ghana. He's spending time with us. And we're actually going to talk to him in a bit. But first, I do want to make some announcements and let you know a thing or two. Once we get things started, and if you find us on socials, do share us on your Facebook page. The thing is that, you know, because of the kind of music that we've been playing, what can we say? Yes. So Facebook is kind of boycotting us. So people are even telling us that, you know, they're not getting a notification once we get online. So sorry about that. Do go to our normal streaming places, the tuning and all of those things. I'm curious, Mr. Slim, do let me know where people are listening from so that we could give them a shout out. Canada has been listed among all of the places that our listeners are listening from. So shout out to Canada. And we're really looking to engage with more people. I'm your host, MS.ABA, just like I said. Do find us everywhere where you are. On the Facebook, do reshare. And on the Insta, you might want to go on to the TGDIF _22 because we might be live on there as well if you missed us. But anyway, make sure that you share and you spread the word because we're about to have some good conversations. All right. So this is a man that, you know, needs no introduction, but I do the introduction myself. He is a returnee entrepreneur. He is the managing director of Bridge Partners, a consultancy firm which bridges the gap between the international and local markets by acting as a local partner and providing market entry and growth solutions. He started his career in Ghana as the country managing director for Jumia Food Ghana, the largest online food delivery service on the African continent. He was able to significantly grow Jumia Food Ghana into a €1 million business and is passionate about seeing other ventures grow to achieve the same, to the benefit of the local economy. One of his noted initiatives is the Ghanaian Dream, an annual investment forum showing what it truly takes to invest in Ghana, the ins and outs. So for 5 consecutive years now, he has established this forum between Amsterdam and Accra. One of his major objective, creating wealth in and for the motherland. Well, his name is Terry Afram, and we're talking to him. Hello, Terry. How are you?
God's grace, yourself.
Good. Bless.
Excellent.
Blessed, man. They call it blessed, black, and highly favored.
Wow. That's amazing.
All right. Well, good to have you here. How is Amsterdam treating you? Or Holland?
It's been cold for starters, but it's been good.
Are you sure? This isn't too cold. Has snow happened? Donnie, did snow happen this year?
Well, no. I think one or 2 days, but not as in that it was really like inches or anything. No.
Okay.
Literally just fell out of the skies and then
disappeared.
That was it.
All right.
But it has been extremely cold, but just no snow.
Right.
Yeah.
I've concluded that as long as it's not minus 47, we can't complain.
Yo, I'll stick to that too.
Okay, so how are you really doing? Like, we always ask this, you know, after pandemic. How are you really doing? Like, really?
No, I'm good. I mean, definitely, it's always good to be back. As much as I'm now in Ghana.
All right.
I definitely enjoy being back in Amsterdam every now and then. So I do enjoy my time in the Netherlands. Yeah, just the virtue of just being here, little things, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been good, definitely.
I always wonder, like, people that travel, is there like anything Dutch that you come back for that you're like, okay, when I get this, then I'm back.
Yeah. I mean, so there's this thing that I always say temple maintenance, right? Like keeping the body healthy, whatever.
Okay.
So now my temple maintenance crew may be angry, but Cop Salon definitely.
Wait, what was the origin of
to get a
Kapsalon?
Kapsalon.
Was it Turkish or was it from The Hague or something like
Is it
that?
like a
Rotterdam,
street
Rotterdam,
mix?
I think.
Rotterdam?
Yeah, Rotterdam.
Oh yeah. I remember
With
that.
everything, Yes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a
All the
street
little-
mix.
I listed up.
Yes.
Yeah, that one I haven't discovered it anywhere in the world yet. Right? It's just here.
It's a Dutch thing, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Cop Salon. I was thinking he was about to say Brocha Harling or something, you know what I mean? But
No.
that's not it. That's not it. Okay, well, good to have you back. Good to have you back with us. How was the pandemic? Reflecting on it.
One. Yeah, definitely interesting one. As you know, we lost quite a few people.
Yep.
A great friend of mine, a great brother of mine, Sam Abatenberg, died in that particular period. And another friend of mine, another Samuel from the UK, also died. So like a few people around around me died. But again, we just we thank God for still being among the loved and the living ourselves, and the family members around us. It could have been as much as indeed we miss them. We're thankful for the ones that are still around us, and the fact that we're still healthy.
Yeah. It's not easy losing people from this 2-year period. Looking back at not just COVID being a part of our lives, but the fact that you can actually lose people. And that's not to get too much into, but that's probably the hardest part where COVID is gone, mask off and everything, but hey, you lost lives. You get what I mean? I think that's the part why I can't let go of the mask yet. Psychologically saying, no. This is bigger than just letting go of it and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So, man, I think I need to talk to a therapist about this so that I can let go of the mask, because that box that is hanging in my closet, I'm still buying a new one because of that. But so what are some of your reflections in terms of business, in terms of personal, after you've gone through this?
Yeah. Truly. Obviously, the pandemic has been bad in many ways, but great in the sense that it has allowed me to readjust my focus to what is really important and what I really want to do. Right, like life isn't promised. Kind of thing, right? So, and I have a great friend. This friend Bosma St. John.
The one and only.
Yeah. That always says something like, live life urgently, right? In the sense that you have to do everything with particular intention.
Right.
So every single thing I do and choose to do is something that I'd be doing if it would have been my last moments on earth, kind of thing. Right? It readjusts your focus to doing whatever you think you'd want to do in your last moments if your time was limited, which it actually is. Yeah. So it's been good.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Really readjusting, considering that you do have limited time.
Yeah.
So you're making wiser decisions in terms of what are you doing with the time that you have, whether that's going to take you onward 30 years or, wherever it might take you. That's quite a step. So did it allow you to make other decisions? With the Terry now make decisions that if you look back, they were like, okay, that would totally not be part of my plan? Do you have anything of that?
I've been more selective of the assignments that we, for example, take on with the company, right? So there's particular things that you maybe previously would have done just for the money, but then now you're just only doing things for the purpose, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And there's things that you'd have to kind of let go of because you wouldn't want to. You always kind of have to go back to, okay, you know what? What's the purpose? What do I want to do? What would I do if this would have been my last month on earth, kind of thing. And if it doesn't fit that, then you just make sure that you, as much as it can be painful, right? You just have to be intentionally strong about choosing that which you really want to do, because time is not promised. Yeah,
it is. It takes some adjusting. What has helped you to be able to put that mind state there? We're just going a bit deep because in our conversations we like to go into who is the mind behind all of the great things one does. So what has helped you to get into that state of mind? Was it, for some people, was fitness, for some it was meditation or talking to specific people, reflecting? How did that bring you there?
Yeah. For me, I'd say that like anything, everything I do, obviously, and I'm not trying to preach or something, but it's to the glory of God, right? So every single thing I do should be God glorifying, and if I say God glorifying, it should be of a particular impact and stature. It shouldn't just be doing for doing sake. It should actually like make a difference
Right.
in someone's life, kind of thing. And typically that's like things that are not always the easiest. However, due to the fact that I do believe that everything I'm doing it for God, I also believe that God would equip me for doing those things, right? So sometimes you kind of plunge into the deep, not knowing necessarily what to do, where to go, etc., etc., taking particular risks, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that like I'm taking more risks, knowing that as at the moment God puts it in your heart, He equips you to do it, kind of thing. So, and since these things are things that I do know that typically in my own capacity I wouldn't be able to do, so I do need God to help me and push me, and the knowing that like you're in this thing together with God gives you that rest and that peace that know that okay, you gave me the plan. You got to give me the equipment, and we're doing this together because I can't do it by myself, kind of thing. And that's my rest. Yeah,
that's good.
That's nice. I'm wondering, what does your morning routine looks like?
Yeah, it's a mix. I must say that since I came to the Netherlands, I haven't really done any workouts proper for the past 2 days. But in Ghana, it's always wake up early, like 5:30, pray. Read my scriptures quick. Then there's this thing called Take Charge, right? So I go to this church called Empowerment Worship Center, and there's this thing called Take Charge. So every morning, 6:00, we pray together, right? And you kind of take charge of your day. Typically by that time, I'd also be in the gym. So I'd be listening to Take Charge, and I'd be on a treadmill doing my stuff. And then by 7-ish, I'd be out of the gym, go back home, shower, and get ready for the day and get to the office. Yeah.
That's a good. We were talking about morning routines, right?
Yeah.
Do you snooze?
Be honest.
I mean, you know what? The thing about the snoozing is, I think this Take Charge thing has really helped me. This was introduced in the pandemic, right? To get the whole church to be praying, and since you don't want to miss Take Charge. It's like a thing. Everyone and anyone is doing it. Kind of, you're on the thing. You're doing it together. So 6:00 is your cutoff. Even if you snooze between 5:30 and 6,
you have
for
to,
sure 6 by 6 you're up, and you have to be at the gym, and like otherwise your whole routine messes up. Yeah. And I also always have the feeling that like I would say I'm an early as like a morning person, if that's even a thing.
That's
and
good, man. I admire you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Somehow, because normally, I know, as well as I know, that Ghana is a very interesting place, beautiful place, but a place where time is fast spent, as they always say, right? So you'd have to kind of find a way to get more time left and right. And Ghanaians are actually like morning persons, exactly, right? We wake up early, right? And then just like do our stuff. So it's really helped me.
But what I've noticed is, so for instance, you have the 6 a.m. thing, right?
Yeah.
This, I'm having something that is, let's say, inclusive with other people, actually makes it more, whereas you have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to be present.
Yeah.
Right? So imagine if you would have, let's say, a gym buddy, and it's, we're going to the gym at 6 a.m. every morning.
Accountability.
He makes he's going to hold you accountable. So somehow I feel like this prayer meeting, the Take Charge, is actually the thing that is holding you and each other accountable for waking up and being there on time. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been very good. It's been very good.
Very good, man.
Harder than if you were to do it by yourself.
Yeah. That is what a lot of people talk about, right? When they do things together in a group setting, or let's say with a friend or anything. So I think psychologically and everything, it helps you connect and just get on with things.
That's a tip. I already have gotten a takeaway.
That's a tip to fight the snooze?
To fight the snooze. I'm going to hit up some of my friends. Every morning, 7:00. going to the gym, and you guys call me, I'm going to call you to see if you're awake or not. I think that will definitely help me.
Look at you 8 times a week. All right, let's listen to some music. We'll be right back. We're going to listen to ASA collaborating with Wizkid on their record IDG. What that stands for, I'm sure we're going to find out in a bit. We'll be right back. Man, shout out to the lovely ASA collaborating on their record with Wizkid called IDG. And if you don't know ASA, then shame on you. ASA is like legendary, true artist from Nigeria. You know, the type of artist that can pick up an instrument and can play anything. Like, they are creatively weird, different. Man, you should, her latest album, man, I still have to listen to it. But what I heard from it, it was so good. It was so good. So, man, that was from her latest album, and that record is called IDG. Welcome back to Africa Unfocused. You're here with myself and Donnie Addison. We are talking about a very interesting topic relating to investing in Ghana. And none other than Terry Afram, who's here with us to talk about that. Alongside his forthcoming event, the Ghanaian Dream, an annual investment forum showing what it truly takes to invest in Ghana. And like I mentioned earlier, for 5 consecutive years, he has established this forum between Amsterdam and Accra. One of his major objectives is creating wealth in and for the motherland. And he does it in very interactive ways. I mean, how many times have young people from the diaspora come together to meet where it's not a talk about politics, where it's not a talk about oil and gas, because those are a lot of major things, right, that are talked about when it comes to investing in Ghana. Kind of, what is the opposite of low-hanging fruit? There is some word for it. I don't know, but the opposite of low-hanging fruit. That is normally what it is, but he really brings a change in that. And he's been doing that for many, many times. Now, for the 3rd time, he is doing that in Amsterdam, having to talk with the movers and the shakers from different industry to talk about what it means to invest in Ghana, the returns, the struggles, and everything that is in between. We're talking about, you know, some personal things, his morning routine, how he has been able to reflect on the pandemic and what kind of impact that it has had on an entrepreneur like himself. Moving on, let's talk business. The Ghanaian Dream. Oh man, I know that Donnie, he even said, "Mister, I got tons of questions." Yeah. So Liz, man, take it away, Donnie.
Well, so thank you, brother Terry. Let's see. Is this the 2nd edition?
No, this is the fifth annual edition. Yeah.
Wow. When was the first one?
2018. Yeah, in Amsterdam.
In Rotterdam?
No, Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam?
Yes.
Because I've been to one of them. I think.
Where you mentioned where you had to pee?
Yeah. Was it the 2018 or 2019? 19, yeah. That was 2019.
Yep.
Right. And since then, where has it been? Because I haven't heard of the Ghanaian Dream here in the Netherlands.
Yeah. And also, indeed, the first 2 events were in Amsterdam. Then the 3rd one was in Ghana, right? So the 3rd one we did with Nana Kwame Bediako, the real estate tycoon, which was in Ghana. And this was during the pandemic. And then the last year's one was also in Ghana at the Move and Pick. So the last 2 events have been in Ghana. That's why.
Okay, so that's how I missed the lineup. I was like, wait. If this is the 5th one, where were the other 2 or 3? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. What is the urge for this Ghanaian Dream here in Amsterdam and not Ghana again?
Yeah. I mean, I'd say, you know what, we started this event in the Netherlands, right? And this event was, established to, inspire but also educate the diaspora on what it's like to move back to Ghana to do business and to invest. And so we're basically back where we began. And we've been getting a lot of messages also in the DMs and, also out of the DMs, on when we're doing this event in Ghana. It's in Amsterdam again.
Yeah.
And so, I had to be anyway. So I figured this is a good time to bring everything together and, inspire my fellow diasporans.
Yeah. I was thinking the timing.
Yeah.
How did you guys time it? It seems almost perfect.
Yeah.
Like travel restrictions, everything is gone bump. Ghanaian Dream. Was it? Did you guys time it or?
God's grace. Yeah. Truly. So we wanted to do it earlier, but then obviously the restrictions were there. So as soon as the restrictions were lifted, that's where we, kind of gave each other the green light.
It's been like a month since they started lifting restrictions left and right.
Yeah. So we've been on the ball, truly. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that for me, I was like, wait, there's a Ghanaian Dream. How did they know it's no mask, this and that?
Yeah.
But being strategic, right? He mentioned that how he's now very strategic and purposeful about what he does. So
100.
I mean, so this is the manifestation of his strategic meaning of life. That's great. The lineup.
Yeah. So the Ghanaian Dream always hosts a section of influential speakers from both the public and the private sector.
Hold
so this
that
year,
one. No. Hold it. That needs to be for last. Please. Just take us back, because by the way, so if you did not know, You've been here, I think, 3 times or something like that.
Yeah.
The conversation that we had with you, the previous one on the Ghanaian Dream, was actually one of our best played podcast episodes.
Oh, wow.
So that's a good one. People are looking for you. And for those who don't know, why the Ghanaian Dream and what is it in essence? Just a bit of repetition.
Yeah, excellent. So the Ghanaian Dream is an annual event that we organize to inspire, educate, and facilitate more diaspora investments in the motherland. All right. I've been there for a few years. It's a beautiful country with beautiful opportunities. Of course, it has its challenges.
Yeah.
But I always believe that, if you prepare people, it's much easier to become successful in a particular jurisdiction or a particular activity.
Yeah.
So this is literally to get people to get the right kind of knowledge to consider, at least, right? And it's not even about like move to Ghana, right? It's rather like consider in what way you think you could be economically active in some way at some day, right? Because I never truly planned moving to Ghana. I positioned myself.
You didn't? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I think the last time you teased the video where you talked in an interview and you said you kind of like, you didn't say you were, but you would probably.
Exactly.
So what was up with that?
So yes, so that's what I'm saying. Like I positioned myself, but I never planned it. All right. So as much as I had the feeling in my heart that one day I'll do it.
Yeah.
I made sure that I, connected with the right kind of people that actually had made a move. People like MS.ABA, other diasporans that had made a move.
Yeah.
They were doing business, other businessmen and women that were active in the motherland. And, they always say opportunity has to meet preparation, right? So I was prepared kind of thing. And an opportunity came, and that's where, both were married and I got to Ghana. But I never really planned it out as like, hey, I'm going to do XYZ. Back then I was still an investment banker. And my idea was to be with that investment bank, with Goldman Sachs, and
to do that,
to
like
be
for
there
life.
for a few years. Not even like my plan for back then was Goldman Sachs a few years, maybe 6 years. By that time, I'd be a VP or like not even a VP, like I think like an executive director earning an X amount, and then exits, go into private equity, do that for a few years, and then start my own business in Ghana. But then somehow I positioned myself by being in the right kind of circles. Opportunities came, and then that's how I got to Ghana. Yeah.
That's also quite an indirect message. You position yourself, you prepare, you make sure you're visible for the right people. Interesting. Interesting.
And I mean that's also one of the reasons why we have the Ghanaian Dream, right? So we bring together influential people from both the public sector and private sector,
right,
from the motherland, such that you can connect, and it makes it much easier to actually become economically relevant. Yeah.
Gotcha. To if I hear it right, to connect with other dreamers or that have an idea to move on, either the feeling that they have or the urge to move back.
Yeah, both. So both dreamers, but also like the actual movers and shakers on the ground, right? So people from government, but also people from the private sector that are successful. They can show you the way, or they can partner with you. Kind of thing, or that might need you, in terms of like their businesses. Yeah.
Okay, sounds nice. So 5th edition, what are some of the kind of topics that you had, or the kind of people that you have hosted?
So we have hosted quite a few people. So MS.ABA, that's been a great brother of mine. He's been my main inspiration. He's been the guy that really, literally helped me settle properly in Ghana.
Right, because it's chaos, right?
Yes, it's a very, very interesting place to be. Yes.
Quote unquote, very interesting.
Diplomatically. Yeah. So we've had him, we've had people like David Coleman, we have people like Nana Kwame Bediako, right, the real estate tycoon. We've had people like Lucy Quist, John Kuma, who is the current deputy finance minister. We have people like Alassane Andani, CEO for Systemic Bank Ghana back then. We've had Bozoma St. John, the chief marketing officer for Netflix. We've had people like Small God, like all sorts of people that are actively and successfully present on the continent. Yeah.
So are these also people that people from the diaspora don't know that they're doing as good? Do you notice anything of that? Do people know who these people are?
It's a mix. So obviously, like, there's some names that people kind of know, right? Freedom Jacob Season and everyone kind of knows him, kind of thing. But there's also others that might not necessarily be as well known in terms of the names, but are doing great stuff. It's good to have a mix, right? Sometimes people can relate much better to others that might not necessarily be seen as celebrities or like renowned figures, right? It makes it easy for someone to relate and to actually think that they can do the same thing.
Absolutely. Very necessary. It is. So we're now out of the pandemic, sort of. Would you think people would be looking for greener pastures in Ghana at this moment, based on the feedback that you're getting?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has already started. I've been in Ghana for quite a few years, but literally in this last year, I've seen an increase in like the diasporans in my own circles that have come to basically test the waters, right? So because of this work from home privilege that a lot of people have, they chose to work from Ghana, right? To kind of see what it was like to actually move and live in Ghana. And to be, working under 34 degrees Celsius rather than 4 degrees Celsius kind of thing,
where shops are closed and everything.
Yeah. And Ghana truly is vibes. Like, well, Ghana is actually sweet, truly.
Right. So did you notice, what kind of changes did you notice from people that were coming back under those circumstances, being privileged to work remote? What are some of the highlights that you've noticed? Are people really settling, or is it just, okay, I've been here for a year, but I have to go back? How does that look like?
Yeah. So it's a mix, right? So there's those that indeed just have their jobs and they have to move back or be back. But it's actually people that I actually know, like a good friend of mine from the UK actually moved there with his family, all right? And he's still working remotely. But his wife, like, he actually helped his wife set up a shop in Ghana. So they live in Ghana now. Their kids are going to school and everything. He's still working in the UK, but they've shifted their family and their life to Ghana at the moment, and also looking at doing something on the side. There's others that basically quit their jobs outside when they saw that they could do some things in Ghana, and actually doing their own stuff now. So it really depends on like the situation that the peoples are, or like the people are in. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's like, what are the things people are looking for that would bring or take their interest to Ghana? Because if anything, this pandemic has actually showed us that unless you are in a country with a system that supports you when you have like no job or when the economy is shaking a bit, you pretty much lost
on your own kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I'd say the way I experienced the handling of the pandemic in Ghana is that obviously, like in the beginning, we had a strong lockdown. However, after a pretty short time, everything was opened and everything was managed under particular COVID measures, right? Yep. So there was a particular sense of freedom, but particular measures were also effective so that you didn't feel unsafe going outside, right? Going to the shops, like everyone had like this thing called a Veronica bucket, so you could wash your hands. Everyone had to put on their face mask, and so everyone is kind of finding ways and means of not being affected by this in a negative manner. So as much as indeed Ghana is a place where there's not too many people that could fall back on public services, right? People were still free enough to still trade and do whatever they had to do at some point, right? So there was still a particular sense of freedom in Ghana.
which is something you didn't have here,
which was not present in the Netherlands. And I think many people from the diaspora actually flew to Ghana because of that sense of freedom.
Well, yeah, they did, but I did notice it's mostly those who, let's say, still had a job, or they could do something online. They were like, okay, I'm not going to stay here due to the lockdown.
Yeah,
because literally my freedom is taken away from me. So I'm going to go there. Stay there till, let's say, the lockdown is over. And then come back. But I'm still wondering, for those, let's say, those who have been here without having the let's say, the luxury or opportunity to even sustain themselves over here, is it still interesting for them to look at opportunities in Ghana?
I mean, definitely.
And where are those interests?
Definitely. I'd say, the thing about Ghana, there's many opportunities, but it's not easy, right? And our how do you call it? Our message is not come to Ghana, come to Ghana, come to Ghana. That's not our message, right? Our message is consider Ghana, right?
Oh, I see. Right.
And there is, of course, there's so many opportunities, but it comes with like a lot of challenges as well. And again, Ghana is not for everyone. However, Ghana is definitely for everyone to consider. And there's also a lot of people that don't live in Ghana that are actually active in Ghana or active for Ghana. So I'd say that everyone has to at least kind of find a way to give Ghana a chance in terms of like thinking about it. And again, don't get me wrong, it's not about like moving to Ghana. There's other people that are not living in Ghana that are making great impact for Ghana, right? So indeed, everyone has to kind of look at their own situation and see to what extent they would be able to become economically relevant. And it could be from Ghana, but it could also be from the diaspora, right? Importing particular stuff or sending particular stuff, or, so everyone's situation is different, and everyone has to see what works for them. And everyone obviously also has their own interests. So there's no one size fits all approach, right? Everyone kind of knows how they'd want to, how to position themselves in their lives, and like how Ghana could play a role in such.
So I see that's where the Ghanaian dream really comes in handy.
Yes.
As in, that's what it is for. You have an interest, or you don't even know what the capabilities are, but this is what we have to present to you, or these are the possibilities, and consider Ghana.
Definitely. And again, also, like, obviously, I think the only way to really say something about wanting to move to Ghana, yes or no, is by actually spending some time in Ghana, right? That's the ultimate, right? So we're actually also giving away a ticket, as in during the Ghanaian Dream, as we always do.
Okay.
A free ticket to Ghana, right? Such that people can actually come and, see what it's actually for them. Try some little things. I always say, try something out. If you have an idea, try something out. Do it on on a smaller scale, and see whether it's something you'd want to kind of pursue. And so the Ghanaian Dream would allow you to make the right kind of connections, and get the right kind of knowledge to make that decision, and to kind of test the waters. And then again, also the last thing I'd want to say, they say your network is your net worth. And I think that holds true for Ghana to a much larger extent, right? You definitely need to kind of, how should I put it? Yes, you need to be connected in a particular way to get things moving at a particular pace, right? And so that's one of the things the Ghanaian Dream helps with, right? To get connected to people that you wouldn't otherwise be able to connect to as easily. Yeah.
Look at that. Well, we are talking to Terry Afram. For those of you who are listening, I'm getting super funny comments. I'm going to save it for last. You guys are getting fans. But anyway, we have some shout outs to give to people in UK, United States, Canada. I'm just getting the numbers. About today it's about 70% listeners from UK. I don't know what happened to Canada people, but shout out to you for listening to Africa on Focus here, where we share our success stories. We're talking to Terry Afram and almost rounding our conversation up to talk some more about his event coming Friday in the city of Amsterdam. So this means who is on mainland Europe, or maybe are you residing in UK? You could simply, pass by, because it's going to be quite interesting. And I just said, hold up with announcing the lineup, because it's the best should be saved for last. Absolutely. So wherever you are, if you happen to stumble upon us on socials, if you do find us on Facebook, which is a miracle because Facebook does not like us so much, do share it on your wall so that you can spread the word actually around on about the Ghanaian Dream and Terry Afram and so much more. Let's just listen to a small. We'll be right back to talk some more, and then we'll be rounding off our conversation with Terry Afram. So if you have questions, you might want to drop it in a comment box so that we could share. Shout out to Obapa Dufie for your sweet comment. I am going to share it with him in a bit. And also GH Kings, who's also mentioning that, he's heard a thing or two about our special guest, and he's actually happy with seeing him on the show. Let's listen to Kwabna Kwabna with his record called Kwadede, and we'll be right back. All right. So shout out to Kwabna Kwabna with that record. Listen, I listen to music like on loud. Like I am extra when it comes to my music in my car. My mom always says, listen, you and your volume, if it was my car, I would take the car from you just because of the volume. And these are one of the records I spin. Shout out to Kwabna Kwabna for keeping good music alive. Man. We're back here at Africa on Focus. Africa on Focus is the place where we share our success stories. Myself and Donnie, we do our best to interact with people all over the world, African people, global Africans as I call them, really talking about how they impact their environment and all of that in between. So today we have a very special guest, Terry Afram, who's chilling with us. I'm almost rounding up so that we can let him go because we're taking his evening. This is a busy businessman and all of that. He got things to do. And we've been talking about, what gets him started, and of course his forthcoming event called the Ghanaian Dream, an annual investment forum for those who seek to invest in Ghana, and both people from the continent and all around the world. So this is really an event to bring people together. And it's happening again in Amsterdam for its third time out of the 5 times in a row that he's been organizing it. Right in, is it almost a city center? It's like, let's just say it right in the middle of Amsterdam. I don't know. It just sounds a bit more, better. And really to talk about what this Ghanaian Dream means, because there's also some downsides to it. Before we talk a bit about the downsides, the lineup, and all of the special things that entail with this special event, you're getting a shout out from Obapa Dufie, who is actually saying, Miss, I love the sound of his voice. It's so sexy. Look at that. Also, a shout out to GH Kings, who's saying, Miss, I know this guy and I've heard a lot about him. It's great seeing him on your show. Well, thank you, GH Kings. And also One God and Dawn is saying there are so many opportunities in Ghana, oh, Miss. I wonder why people from outside think only about the fun part. That is also one that people should regard. And true life in Ghana is not easy, but I moved here in 2010 and now I'm doing good and great here back home. One God, we should connect. We didn't even know this. You are one of our frequent listeners and I had no idea you are a returnee. Send me a DM or send it to Hiradio so that I can pick up on that. So yeah, speaking of that, Ghana and its opportunities, from traditionally it being, build a house, because that's what we know from our parents. My dad, for instance, he used to be in farming. It's like an inherited business. So that is kind of the traditional businesses that we know and everything. We know those that, study abroad, return. What are some of the investment opportunities and what are some truths about the Ghanaian Dream that people tend to overlook and all of these things?
Yeah, no, excellent day. I mean, it's many, definitely uncountable. However, I'd say, I'm always an advocate of indeed investing into real estate, right? Investing in real estate. However, for the right reasons, right? So as you rightly said, many of, the earlier generations basically just push this to buy a house, build a house kind of thing, right? But I would want to add, don't just build a house for building's sake, right? If you know that you're not going to live in Ghana for quite a while, but build or buy to rent out, right? So your objective should be different, kind of thing. You're building or you're buying to rent it out and to make money off it, whilst you're not in Ghana, kind of thing, right? So real estate is definitely something that I'm an advocate of, right?
Okay.
It's pretty stable. And it just makes sense to put money into real estate. There's a huge housing deficit in Ghana. People are looking for houses to stay in.
Yeah.
And it makes it also easy for yourself. If you want to move to Ghana, or if you want to move to Ghana at some point, to have something.
Got you.
And then agriculture. You mentioned agriculture. 60% of the world's arable land is in Africa. People eat, and people will continue to eat. During the pandemic, people ate. Before the pandemic, people ate. After the pandemic, people eat.
Yeah. Kind
of thing, right? So, and there's a huge population increase on the continent, and then there's this thing called the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, which means that it's going to be easier for African countries to be trading amongst each other, right? And at the moment, things like 1.2 billion Africans, which is supposed to double in plus minus 20 years, 30 years. 30 years by 2050. Population is about to double, which means that there's more mouths to be fed. And then with this African Continental Free Trade Agreement, on the continent, you have a huge market. But even outside of the continent, right, people are looking for, the organic food and like the superfood, and we have many of those on the continent, right? So that's another thing. There's so many things, truly. I always say, it's not about like what someone does and is successful in, right? You just have to look at what you're passionate about. And if you do that well, you'll definitely be successful. You can bring almost anything if it's in the right context, and basically meeting local needs and be successful in it. Yeah.
All right. And what do you say to people who say, it's really hard in Ghana? What do you say to that? What is your response?
They were 100% right. 1,000% right. Ghana is not an easy place. Definitely not. It's a beautiful place. Right, with beautiful opportunities, but it's not an easy place. And also that's one of the reasons why we have the Ghanaian Dream, for you to be prepared to see, I always say, and this is a bit of a random an analogy, but like, let's say a boxer, right? A boxer gets hit with I don't know how many miles an hour. He gets punches, punch after punch.
Yeah.
But he can actually take them. If he doesn't prepare for those punches, or if he doesn't expect those punches can be fatal. And it's the same thing with anything in life, right? If you know that something is going to come, it's much easier to deal with those things. So, Ghana's a hard place. I ain't gonna lie. Definitely, Ghana's a hard place, but it's a beautiful place, right? It has many risks, but also high rewards and, great impact. And everything you're building is, so much more impactful than if you would build it, for example, in the West. I believe that's what I believe. So it comes with, purpose, but it comes with also, the pesos.
Got you. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Punchlines. All right. Yeah. So let's talk about this event, man. Your question, man. That question that you were about to hit at first. Lineup.
I'm interested in the lineup. Like, who is going to appear this time? Because last time I saw a video. There was a video of former president John Jacob Kufuor, right? Yeah. So my first question is, who's coming this time? And I also met Lucy Chris, who was there. Boosie,
you got the book right at that time.
Yep, I read the book. Boosie, who we also afterward had on the show for a one-on-one. She was at Uber back then. We talked about inclusion and all of that. So there were these great people on the panel last time. So that's my first question. What's the lineup?
So you have a great mix of both public sector and private sector leaders. Right. So from the public sector, we have the Deputy Finance Minister, John Kuma.
He was there last year.
He was there in 2019 as well. Yeah. But he leveled up in terms of his position. So he's now actually, basically managing the state coffers, right? So you can ask him anything about the economy and like basically the financial part of managing Ghana. Then there is Nana Dufie Ado. who is the Chief Operating Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, right? So the Ghana Investment Promotion Center is an office under the presidency that basically has the mandate to get foreign investments into Ghana, right? So they know everything about the different industries where the opportunities are, and it's basically the go-to office if you want to invest in Ghana. So they're going to be here. So they're like a main partner also on this edition. There is Nadia Dongo Musa, who is the deputy director for the Diaspora Affairs Office of the President. So again, an Office of the President that is basically put in place to help diasporans, move back and also be active on the continent. Then there's Don Seder, our own Don Seder, member of parliament, also of Ghanaian descent, to give us his Dutch perspective.
Is he of Ghanaian descent?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I thought Surinamese.
Both Ghanaian and Surinamese.
Nice.
He's repping two sides.
Yeah. And there's the ambassador Kotia, or his deputy, Mr. Idris. Then there on the private sector side, we have the CEO of Remotely, Samuel Brooksworth, doing amazing job. And he started a company and in a short period has made great impact. It basically helps Ghanaians get jobs all over the world, right? Okay. He started an office and his office is doing amazly well. And he also expanded into other countries. Yeah. And he's from the UK, right? So he's coming. Then we have Lorraine Wright. Lorraine Wright is the chief side hustler. She has I don't know how many businesses and is doing an amazing job. And got the MBE title. So she basically
just like women who are on.
You have no
you like
idea,
women who are on their business. This guy, he's a fan of women that are like.
Oh, then you'll definitely be a fan of Lorraine. Lorraine is doing an amazing job. So she has different businesses. She has a nail shop in Ghana. And there's 1,001 things, but she comes in the capacity of the head of sales for Grow For Me. Grow For Me is an agricultural company, so she can tell you anything.
We interviewed someone from Grow For Me. Remember that? Like crowdfunding platform, but then not crowdfunding. Like if you want to invest in agriculture,
right?
Yeah, basically. So anyone wanting to invest into agriculture can indeed ask her questions. Then obviously there's myself, and I might be forgetting one or two people, but there's
this lineup sounds packed.
It is. Yeah.
People better be on time.
Yeah.
People better.
And then there's also Ifo who's of Gold Key. There's Gold Key Properties who's also a partner with us, right? So if people want to invest in real estate in Ghana, Gold Key has proven to always be a great partner. Truly, and I'm not saying this for partnership's sake, but truly, Gold Key is the company that builds, and even before it's built, it's sold out kind of thing, right? Wow. And they have great relations. So like if you buy, you're pretty sure that you're going to have like renters as well. And so they're going to be there as well.
The thing with real estate is, I feel like other people are profiting from the real estate business in Ghana more than Ghanaians themselves, like the Ghanaians in the diaspora.
Is
that true?
And that's why we have the Ghanaian Dream. Literally, truly, 100%.
That's why you should be
100%. Because indeed, I mean, it just makes sense to own real estate in Ghana. I mean, I see a lot of diasporans in the SEM, and it's great to see all these diasporans in the country
struggling to find a place to stay.
Exactly, it's tough to find a place, and you can be on the I don't want to call it the winning side, but like you can be on the side where you're raking in the money. It's truly, yeah. Rather than for you to be there and put down 3K, 5K for a few weeks, you can be the one receiving that kind of money. On a yearly basis, right? So, I definitely say, give it a chance, find a way, connect, learn, and then make your decisions.
Yeah, right. and then with the Ghanaian Dream, because one thing I found myself in with was after the event, of course. Contact, then you can't, if you really are about that, you can really build that network, right? Yeah. But then I was asking to myself, I said, okay, how can I make the most out of this event myself? Yeah. And I didn't like really get any guidance or anything. Yeah. So I feel like if I ask you, how can someone who has like, okay, the Ghanaian Dream is something that sounds to like good to me. I want to find out more.
Yeah.
After that, we're like, what is the preparation that this person can undertake to get the most out of the Ghanaian Dream?
Great question. So definitely, when you come to the Ghanaian Dream, come prepared. Come with like a notebook kind of thing, right? As in like make sure that you make your notes. Make sure that you also have your business card, right, ready. And if you don't have your business card, make sure that you have a way to connect with others. Because in the end, you know, it's a great platform to connect with people that you otherwise wouldn't be able to connect with as easily. And then from then onwards, definitely connect with those people, right? Make it a point to actually follow up with these people. And again, like everyone is busy, right? So I always say, find a way to connect efficiently. Make it easy for the other person to connect with you, right? And also, and this is just another tip. Like make it easy and don't give up again, right? Because everyone, like truly these people that come, they're busy, right? truly busy. And even, I mean, anyway,
how hard is it to get in touch with you?
I didn't want to go there, but yeah. Well, anyway, no. Again, we have a company email. So if you send an email to the company email, there's always someone that would like.
See, respond. then they redirect you to their secretaries and the administrators and their inbox.
Oh no. Truly. I mean, if I give you my contact details, it's easier to actually properly reach me. So if I give you my number, or if I give you my email address, you should be able to reach me, definitely. And it's always good to kind of have a call rather than, I'm not a big texter, so a quick call, an email would always do. Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, one, come prepared, have your let's say be visible.
Yeah.
To make sure you get in touch with those that you want to get in touch with at the event.
Yeah.
Right. So create that network, and also after that, 3, sustain that contact or that network that you've created.
Yeah, truly. And I think that's the most important thing, right? The people that you stand to meet. And those are people that may be established, but also people that are not necessarily established, right? Because you tend to meet people that are like-minded. Anyone and everyone that's there is ambitious. Anyone that's there wants to look for ways and means of doing something in the motherland someday, right? So it may be that it might not even be now or next year, but how about in 2 years, 3 years? Right? There's connections that I made years and years ago that still serve me well in terms of like the things that I do, and vice versa. Kind of thing, right? Even the fact that I got to Ghana was through my network, truly, because I never planned it. But then someone knew about me, knew what I was doing, and then an opportunity came, and that's how I got the opportunity to come to Ghana. So it's always, being connected. That's also one way in terms of like what I said in the beginning, positioning yourself, right? Yeah. To learn, but also to be connected and be in the circles where you'd want to be. If you aspire to be somewhere, it makes sense to be close to those that are already there, kind of thing.
Right.
Very good. On that note, we're just going to round up with Mr. Afram because we've talked so much, which was good conversation. I know we always find it difficult, right, to keep interviews within the 45 minutes where we aim for, but that means that we're doing something good. So that is really what it is. Almost rounding up our talk with Mr. Afram on investing in Ghana and his forthcoming event taking place in Amsterdam. Just to share the details, Slim, our producer, will also be sharing it. The Ghanaian Dream Diaspora Investment Forum taking place at Atrium Meeting Center in Amsterdam South. And the time of it is 6 p.m. To 10. And of course, the host is Terry Afram. He has a lot of supporters, collaborators, and everything. It's an initiative of British Partners, which is his company, a partnership with Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the Embassy of Ghana, The Hague, a Gold Key, Rich Soil, Beyond the Return, and Diaspora Affairs, among many others. All right, so Terry, could you just tease people with why they should come, how can they find you, where can they find tickets, etc.?
Yeah. Excellent. So to answer the first question, come to learn, come to get educated, come to be inspired, come to connect with the right kind of people, come to connect with the ones that are there and the ones that want to be there.
Yep.
Also come to win a free ticket, right? So we can't just give you all the knowledge and all the inspiration and not allow you to actually come and put it to work.
Yeah.
So as we do every single year, we're giving away a free KLM ticket to one lucky winner in the audience for them to be able to come to Ghana.
Okay. Look at that.
At our expense. Yes. So they can find us on www.tgdif.com. And they can get their tickets on www.tgdif.com /tickets.
Right.
Or tgdif22.eventbrite.nl.
Okay.
And they can reach us through either info, so info at tgdif.com or comm at tgdif.com or info at Terry Afram, which is my full name. .com.
Okay.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
Shout out to all of our listeners who interacted with us and giving, Terry all of the good love. Also a shout out to DJ Marcus Ankasa, who's saying, watching from Germany, miss. Such a great show this evening, and thank you for this educative show. Thanks to your guests. Receiving a lot of love. Kweku Nesta is asking where it is. Well, it's held in Amsterdam, South at Atrium. Who else? Also John Royal, CEO, who's saying, so true, Ghana has more opportunities. I went there last year. Trust me, I am dying to stay there. People just focus on Accra and Kumasi without thinking on things to do at our villages, at rural areas. All right. On that note, question of the week. What is the alternative for oil and what was the question of the week?
What is your alternative if the fuel prices keep going up?
Wasn't there a multiple choice to it?
Well, yeah, there was a multiple choice, but I preferred it to be an open question. So,
all right,
come up with your own solution to.
We're putting you on blast. What is your solution? What is your alternative to?
What is my alternative? It's a tough one. I ain't gonna lie. I live in Ghana, and in Ghana, like if I would have been in the Netherlands, I'd say I'll take the bike. But in Ghana,
he's like,
that's gonna be a tough one. But I think there's always a way.
There's always a way.
Yeah. So I'm sure.
He would go with a smaller car, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like a more fuel efficient car.
He'll park the SUV, the V8 somewhere, and then take the smaller Corolla or something.
No, definitely. You have to be smart. You have to be smart about things. Yes.
How do you like to commute in Ghana? Are you a private driver type of person, or like the Uber type?
Yeah. So I've done it all. I started when I just got to Ghana. I was doing a lot of Uber. No, when I got to Ghana, the first and those taxis. Then I used to do Uber. Then at some point, like a driver, but a driver, I don't know. I feel less mobile or something, so I just drive myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
More entrepreneurs I know kind of do away with the driver thing. At first, they were like, "Oh yeah, I can send emails, blah blah," but then they were like, "No, man. So people, we should take this question up to next week, and then also ask the sunflower oil, because that is also a thing now. What are you finding as alternatives? And I just want to thank everybody for listening. Kweku Nesta is saying, will the program be online for us to watch in case we can't come over? Will it be online?
We typically don't do it online, but let's see. Typically, we just want people to come, right? Because we're prepared.
Got you.
Me and my lovely co-MC, Augustine Austin is also dying to see y'all. Yes.
Well, I mean, she didn't mention it.
I know. She's just being humble, humble.
So MS.ABA,
humble Harriet, yes,
is co-hosting this event.
I am definitely. Concluding. Thanks so much, Terry Afram, for being with us here on the show, chilling with us, and interacting with us, because he's a busy man, truly businessman. People don't get him easy like that, so this episode will come out very quick. It will come up tomorrow on our YouTube channel. The podcast episode will come out this Wednesday, so do make sure that you share it. It's still an opportunity to share it, and have people to come to the Ghanaian Dream, taking place this Friday in Amsterdam South. You should come. If you're coming from UK, man, you're just 45 minutes away. Really, if you take the train and everything, you can just come down. Germany, Belgium, wherever you are listening from, make sure that you take part in this the Ghanaian Dream Diaspora Investment Forum. And when it starts at 6 p.m. Do make sure that you're there on time, because I can see that it's gonna go on and be a full mashed up place. Rounding up, Africa on Focus will return every Sunday from 7 p.m. with me and Donnie Addison. Make sure that you follow me on all the social platforms. And I'm going to drag this question of the week onward. Last one was the scariest movie that you watched. It got me to tears. It got me to crying. And even Donnie, who said he didn't have an Instagram account, looked at it. So I'm trying to find where he is. He sent me a message and I can't find him. He's one of those people that tries to avoid Instagram. Where can people find you, Terry?
Instagram.
What under name?
Yeah, so at Terry Kwesi, so which is TERRQUASI. So I have Instagram, but also LinkedIn, right? So Terry Afram, yeah. Or
people can connect to you on there and send a DM or whatever.
Yes, please. Yeah.
All of that. All right. Well, thank you so much to all of the listeners. We're rounding up Africa in Focus. We're rounding up with my song that is, the Blessed of God. And as we're rounding up with that, you should take that blessed vibe throughout the rest of the week and make it a good one. I'm making a proper one. And onward, wishing you lots of love. Stay safe, stay loving, stay healthy. And of course, we will be meeting you next week, Sunday. Blessed of God by Nolly, collaborating with Maruzu. Let's call it a day.